Hey everyone, welcome to Simplilearn's YouTube channel. Today we will have a complete guide for all the Power BI charts. That's it. If these are the type of videos you'd like to watch, then hit that like and subscribe buttons and the bell icon to get notified. Just for a quick info, if you want to upskill yourself, master data analytics and land your dream job, or grow in your career, then you must explore Simplilearn's cohort of various data analytics programs. Simplilearn offers postgraduate programs from Purdue University in collaboration with IBM. Through this program, you can gain knowledge and work-ready expertise in skills like prescriptive and predictive analytics, classification, and over a dozen others. That's not all, you also get the opportunity to work on multiple projects and learn from industry experts in top-tier product companies and academics from top universities. After completing these courses, thousands of learners have transitioned into a data analytics role as a fresher or moved on to a higher paying job profile. If you are passionate about making your career in this field, then make sure to check out the link in the pinned comment and description box below to find a data analytics program that fits your experience and areas of interest. Now, without further delay, let's get started. Now, let us quickly switch to the Power BI platform. Yes, so now the Power BI visuals are on the screen. You can see we have file, home, and add data to your report, visualizations, filters, data, etc. Right, for now I think we don't have any data. We can quickly import the data onto this particular platform and start our analysis. But before we get started with that, everybody knows there are simple tricks to create all the type of visualizations, right? If I could expand my screen, here you can have all these visuals. And let's say if I just double click here and if I want any type of visual, it will just show me the visual, right? Let's say I want a bar graph for the sales happening in all the regions. So I'll just double click, I'll tap it down, give me a bar graph for sales, right? It will give you. And just in case we wanted the pie chart for the country wise, you can just give country wise sales pie chart, right? But now let me tell you a few things, correct? So if you are using a pie chart and if you are dealing with, let's say, a lot of companies, or countries, a lot of countries, like 20 countries or 25 countries, right? In that scenario, pie chart look a little cluttered, right? And let's say you wanted to find out the sales that are happening in the region wise and you asked Power BI to create a line graph for that. That would not give you the proper visual. That will not give you the proper visualization, to be honest, right? So as a beginner, if you are learning Power BI, the most fundamental thing is not just understanding how the tools in the Power BI work, what kind of visualizations you have. The most critical thing that you will need to know after understanding the basics is what type of chart is to be used for what kind of visualization, right? So that's exactly we are going to discuss today. What kind of data requires what kind of visualization. Let's say I'm working with date data type. Let's say I'm working with sales data type. Let's say there is a requirement where I need to present the data in form of table or a card. Then what are those scenarios? And if I want to use the pie chart or bar graph, then what kind of data types that I need to deal with? What are the situations where I need to use the bar graph and where I shouldn't, right? A few basic fundamentals that we will be dealing with today. So we have a wide variety of bar graphs in the first row and a wide variety of line graphs in the second row, which deal with the line graph, area graph, ribbons, etc. And in this third row, we have waterfall, funnel, scatter plot, pie chart, donut chart, tree map, and next we have map and filled map, and we have the gauge, cards, and everything, right? And here we also have a KPI, right? So we'll also go through a KPI type of chart. And if you want to learn about the KPIs exclusively, then we have the KPI tutorial in Power BI lined up in this particular series, so you can also go through that. And after that we have some slicers and we have tables and we have matrix, right? So a wide variety of charts available, correct? So we will try to understand the major ones. The first row, bar graph, which are the scenarios where you need to use the bar graphs. Next row, we have the line, right? Line area. So all these come under one kind of set. They are similar to one another. So which is a scenario where you can use a line graph? which is a scenario where you can use a waterfall or a funnel chart, which is a scenario where you can use a scatter plot, which is a scenario where you can use a pie chart, right? A wide variety of probabilities, a wide variety of permutations and combinations. So what are the exact needs? What are the exact visualizations that carry a value, that carry a meaning to the stakeholder? Which are those particular charts which explain the numbers in the right way possible? So that's the point of today's discussion. So to begin with, let's import the data first from the Excel document. So we will be using the Excel data over here. Just click OK. Now you have a wide variety of tables which are present in that particular workbook. We are dealing with the data tab. So just click on it, select and load. If there are any mistakes or if there are any discrepancies, Power BI will let you know, and it has the caliber to also fix those particular data rows, right? So there is 1 or 7 errors right now. You can choose to close, but the overall tutorial is about learning the type of visualization, right? So 7 rows out of 10,000 will not make a huge difference for us right now, because we are trying to just understand the basic understanding of what type of charts to use. So I'll just quickly close this, but in case if you want to fix, you can just click on this view errors, and the Power Query will open up in the background. You can just switch to the Power Query tab and fix the data rows where they really need to be fixed, right? So let me close it for now. And now in a short notice, you can see we have the data loaded here. Now we have 2 types, but if you let us imagine that you're on Tableau, and on Tableau you have 2 things, dimensions and measures, right? So measures is self-explanatory. Anything that deals with numbers is called as measure, and anything that deals with characters or names or anything such which is not a number is considered as a dimension, right? So here we have category, city, country, customer ID. So these are the ones which can be considered as dimensions, and where you have a summation logo or a mathematical symbol right in front of it can be considered as a measure, right? Now let's say we wanted to create the month-on-month sales report, correct? Which deals with the data type. So just data type, right? Just remember, whenever date is included in your parameters, either you're adding it to the rows or columns, just make sure that you are using the line chart, which is over here. So let's quickly rename our page to line charts or graphs, correct? Now we have named it. Now you can either choose to double click and add that, and then here you have x-axis and y-axis, or you can just drag the order date, expand this order date, and the hierarchy is over here. So if you want to go with the month on month, you can simply add this to x-axis, and you can have your sales data somewhere over here. Drag this to y-axis. This is one way of creating it. But in case if you don't want to waste time in this particular huge process, you can just choose to simply double click on the canvas and write it over here. Line chart sales month. Just click and there you go, right? Brilliant. Now if you choose to spotlight, or you can just expand this, right? And if you choose the spotlight, you can see a vertical line showing you the numbers, correct? We start from January and all the way to December, right? And here you have the month-on-month sales. So remember, whenever the data type is included in one of your parameters, then the best way to represent, the best way to visualize the reports will be the line graph, right? With that, let's switch to the next one. Now, since we were supposed to discuss the bar graphs first, but it's okay, not a problem. So let's discuss the bar charts now. Let us know the data set first. So we have sales, profit, discount, numbers, etc., right? And we have region-wise, city-wise, category-wise, country-wise. So let us go with category. Now, let us go with category and try to build a bar graph. Just double click anywhere and category. Okay, bar graph. Okay, if not category, you can also choose to have subcategory. Okay, graph PH. Just take care of your spellings. I think I missed an R over here. Bar graph, subcategory, enter sales. There you go. So you have your chart right here. If you just expand it, you can see we have a wide variety of subcategories, and Power BI was kind enough for us to, sort the data in form of highest ticket price or highest selling product in the first place and the lowest selling product in the last place. So this is how the bar graphs work. But just in case, if you can tell me, why couldn't we go with a, let's say, pie chart, right? Let us also check that. If I just click on this, what happens? You can see a lot of cluttered data, right? You have a lot of subcategories here, more than maybe 10, right? So in this scenario, the visuals are a little displeasing and you don't have the accurate value over here. Just undo it and you have the bar graph, which is a little clearer to look at, a little more decent to understand what's happening. You can just focus on the top 5 over here and you can understand what's going on, right? Now you can just rename them as, and you can choose to go with any kind of bar graph, vertical or horizontal, or in case if you have a few more, let's say we go with the category first, and under the category you have subcategory, then you can also go with that, and you have an overlapping type of graphs over here, stacked bar graphs, which can show you in that particular category which was the product which was highest selling, right? Now you can also add that, whereas the category, right, you can just choose that. Okay, so I think we can open a new tab, and okay, so we have the bar graph. Next we have waterfall. So let's open a, and let's name it as waterfall. So waterfall is something which period performance of that particular property or that particular entity. Let's say I wanted to find out the year on year or date wise performance of that particular subcategory. In those scenarios, I can go with waterfall. So just simply double click and ask Power BI to create a waterfall model, waterfall chart, enter space sale. There you go. So it's giving you the period over period sales report of subcategories, and the green line indicates that it is slowly growing in terms of sales, and the red one shows the decline in sales, which is not happening anywhere. And this is the total, the overall the overall subcategories. So it will give you a waterfall model, and the overall total of that particular segment is this much. And now we have dealt with subcategory waterfall model, and let's try to create a ribbon chart. So ribbon chart and the area chart, those are similar to one another, stacked area and ribbon chart. So ribbon chart will give you the performance of that particular product in the timely, if you want to see the performance of that particular product in measured in terms of time, let's say month on month, quarter on quarter, year on year, day by day, that can be done using the ribbon chart, similar to the line chart. But anyways, let's take a look. I'll name it as ribbon, and just double click the Power BI canvas, ribbon chart, or just ribbon, subcategory, enter sale. There you go. If you write order month, you can also track the monthly performance of those products, right? You can see a steady decline, you can see a steady upline, and so here you can see the months, and here you can see the different colors of months. Different colors represent the months. So here are the products, and based on the products, how's the monthly performance, right? Is it declining or is it increasing? You can find it out. You can basically find out that. And moving ahead, we will deal with scatter plot, right? So first we dealt with the bar graphs, next we dealt with the line graphs, and now we also dealt with waterfall. funnel, which is something similar. Next we have scatter plot chart, right? Now scatter plot is a little different. Let's say you're dealing with numbers, only numbers, nothing different. Usually what we do is we carry out a dimension and a measure, right? But in this scenario, you want to deal with only numbers. Let's say you are providing some discount on all your products and you wanted to know the profit against the discount offered. Here, you're dealing with two numbers, profit and discount, right? So in those scenarios, what do? So that's when you find out by using the scatter plot. Just double click on the canvas, write it down as build me a scatter plot. Just check the spelling, SCATTER, scatter, discount, enter, and profit. Now it will create a scatter plot based on discount and against the profit. Now you can give some dimension, you can go with subcategory. There you go. Now you have the profit obtained against the discount offered based on different subcategories. Just expand it and you can see in which subcategory what kind of discount was offered and what kind of profits did you make. So 25% discount was being offered on accessories and you made a profit. Still you made a profit of $33,000. And here you can see almost 200 discount was offered and still I think that is 1+1 offer or maybe end of the season sale, but still they made a profit based on some parameters. And here you can see the least discount and highest profit. Okay, the least profit and the highest discount is in terms of tables, which is 33%, the maximum out of everything, and they still did not manage to earn some good profits out there. So this is how you create a scatter plot. Just quickly name it as scatter. And next we can deal with the pie chart. Now just double click on the canvas, pie chart, region, sale. So you have 4 to 5 regions here, and using a pie chart would make a good impact on this particular visual, as everything seems clear and you can easily make out which particular region made the highest sale by just looking at the size of these pieces, right? Now let's quickly name this as pie, and now let's move to the, you can just you can use the same data for creating a donut graph. You can use the same data used to create a tree map, and yeah, those are similar to one another. And let's quickly jump, and now let's create some maps, right? Now when do you need to use map type charts? Let's say your data set has some geographical data, something like city, something like country, something like continent, right? Or longitudes, latitudes, anything which gets in touch or gets in line with the geographical data, then you can proceed and build the map data types. I mean the maps, correct? So something which is related to the map data type, you can build a map. Now let me double click on the canvas and ask Power BI to create a map country sales. There you go. You have, as simple as that, you have the country-wise sales on Power BI right here. You can also choose to have filled map, which will show you how much sale is happening. The darkest color will indicate the highest sale and the lightest color will indicate the lowest sale. Now moving ahead, we have the cards and gauge. So cards and gauge are completely similar to each other. Just click on the Power BI, double click. You can write card, country. Okay, let's go with region because we don't want to go with, or we don't want to have multiple cards. We just want to have 3 to 4 cards on our dashboard. So we'll go with category, sale. So I'll just have a card here, right? You can just keep it anywhere on the corner. In terms of real-time dashboard, you can just keep it anywhere. And let's name it as card. Now let's proceed and create a KPI. So multi-row card, you can also create a multi-row card. Let's say you have, let's go back to card and check it once. So if you create a multi-row card, we have 3 categories, and you can also add the subcategories of each category. So that's similar to a multi-row card, correct? Now let's go back to the last type, or we have KPIs and table. So KPIs and table are completely similar to each other. Let's try to go with the KPI. Now we have discount, profit, sale, and quantity, correct? So KPI is something which gives you the direct real-time number of what's happening with your real-time dashboard, correct? Now how many number of products are sold, what's the overall sale that we performed, what's the overall profit that we received, what's the overall discount that we offer in terms of one single dashboard. You can create a KPI for that. Now let me create a KPI discount first. That's as easy as that. Now KPI for the profit, enter, there you go. Now double click. KPI for sale, enter, there you go. And lastly, KPI for quantity. There you go. Now that's how you create the different types of charts. So basically, if you integrate all these charts into one page or one dashboard or one canvas, that's what you call as a real-time interactive dashboard in Power BI. And again, coming back to the slicers, if you were using Excel, you might have to interconnect each and every single chart using the report connection option. But in Power BI, you don't have to create that particular report connection process. You can just click on the slices any of the chart, and you can click on any of the options. Let's say you wanted to find out country-wise sales. You can just click on the country provided, right? So here somewhere you had, you have Jan, Feb, and everything, right? So if you just click on Jan, every chart available on the Power BI dashboard will connect to it. Connect to the different dependent charts and give you a real-time information without having to create or report connections to each other, right? So basically, if you just add all these charts onto one particular canvas, that's when you get the real-time interactive dashboard in Power BI. And so I hope you have understood what kind of chart you need to use based on what kind of data you have. So with that, we have come to an end of this session on complete introduction to all the types of charts available in Power BI. And if you require any of the individual tutorials, like how to create a specific chart, like the line graph or a bar graph or a stacked bar graph, anything, you can just go through our tutorial series on Power BI. And in case if you want some advanced Power BI sessions, like how to create an interactive dashboard, how to create KPIs, etc., you can just go through our playlist, and we have everything ordered according to the learning curve, and you can master Power BI. And apart from that, if you have any queries regarding any of the topics covered in this session, or if you require the resources like the datasets, PPTs, etc. used in this particular session, please do let us know in the comment section below, and our team of experts will be happy to help you as soon as possible. Until next time, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more from Simplilearn.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.